Hi everyone, welcome to Vinyasa Yoga. Today's practice we'll be doing a sequence built to build strength in our core and legs. We'll be going through it twice, so getting comfortable first and then starting to flow. So we'll meet on our mat in Child's Pose to get started. Coming to your mat, you can open your knees about mat's width distance, bring your toes together and sink your hips back to your heels. Relax your torso forward, maybe walking your fingers forward, and release your forehead towards the mat. Take a few moments here to find some big grounding breaths, to relax through your body, and begin to prepare for today's practice. Taking just a few breaths to check in with yourself, noticing how you're feeling energetically, physically, emotionally, and making a commitment to yourself to make the choices that you need to make for you to have the most supportive practice today. Know that might mean skipping some of the things that I suggest or modifying them. Take 2 or 3 more big breaths here, feeling your breath flow into your body, expanding in all directions. And then exhaling to feel yourself release and soften. With your next inhale, begin to walk your fingertips over to the right side of your mat. Keep your left hip sending it towards the ground, so grounding through your left hip, reaching through your left fingertips, finding some length along your left side. You might even tent your fingertips. And then an inhale brings you back to center, exhaling your fingers over to the left side. This time rooting through your right hip and reaching through your right fingertips. Finding all of that space along your right side. With your next inhale, send your fingertips back to center and rise up to come to your tabletop pose. We'll move straight into our cat-cows here, so spread your fingertips wide. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, and then with an inhale, drop your belly. Send your chest through your biceps and gaze up. Exhale, tuck your tail. Dome your back, chin to chest. Move with the pace of your breath, starting to really anchor that connection between your breath and your body. You might speed yourself up slightly or add in any additional movements that feel good. And we'll take about 3 or 4 more rounds of breath in your cat-cows. Nice job. Make your way back to center and find a really stable shape through your tabletop. So spread your fingers wide, magnetize your thumbs together. Draw your low belly up and in towards your spine. Press through the base of your palms and each of your fingertips to find a little ballooning in your back. Keep your feet hip width distance as you tuck your toes and just lift your knees up off the mat 1 or 2 inches, just hovering here. Staying for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Beautiful. Continue to press through your palms as you send your hips up and back. Coming to down dog, you might need to adjust your shape, maybe walking your hands a little bit forward or your feet back. And then pedal through your feet, finding a little bit of length through your back legs, through your low back, through your spine. And your feet will remain hip width distance apart. Knees can be bent any amount. Hands will remain shoulder width distance apart. Beautiful. We'll find a little bit of movement here. Inhaling to curl yourself forward, kind of rolling forward into your plank. And then with your exhale, bend your knees, send your hips back towards your heels, and then press hips to the sky, down dog. Beautiful. Inhale, rolling forward to plank pose. Exhale, hips to heels, then down dog. Take about 3 or 4 more of these. If this is a little bit more than you're looking for today, feel free to come back to your knees and take a few more cat-cows. Wherever you are, moving with your breath, really connecting with your breath. And then the next time you find yourself in your down dog, pause here. Inhale your gaze forward between your hands. Exhale, deep bend in your knee, step, walk, or hop, top of your mat. Come to a forward fold. You might bend one or both knees here. And then feet hip-width distance apart. Inhale towards your flat back, pressing your thigh bones back in space, long spine. Exhale to release. Inhale sweeps you up to standing. Gentle bend in the knees, fingertips reach out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Inhale to reach out and up. Exhale, lead with your heart as you float forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold completely. Inhale, gentle bend in the knees, rise to stand, arms sweep wide. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll fold directly forward this time. Inhaling for our half lift. Shoulders away from ears. Exhale to fold. Inhale brings you up to standing. Exhale, fold forward, directly back down. Inhale, halfway lift, a long spine. Exhale, hands plant. This time, we'll step back to our plank pose. So we've been here before. Again, feel a lot of activity in your fingers and your arms. And then step your feet so they're about hip-width distance apart. Lower down to your forearms, so we're in forearm plank. And we'll start to find a little bit of movement with our breath. Option to stay here if this feels best in your body. If you'd like to find a little movement, inhale to drop your hips to the left. Let both feet roll over to the left. Float your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, come back to center. On your toes, both elbows plant. Inhale, hips and feet roll over to the right. Left arm reaches to the sky. Exhale, back to center. Beautiful. Begin to move with your breath, letting your inhales guide you to a twist, and exhales guide you to center. We'll take about 5 more rounds of breath here. So really think about keeping your core engaged, staying active through your shoulders, moving with intention and control rather than momentum, and breathing through this. You might notice that you're shaking, you're feeling like you're working. That's totally fine. Take 1 more on each side. Ending with your left arm in the air. We'll all come back to forearm plank. And then we'll lower our knees, our hips to the mat, untuck your toes. Come to Sphinx Pose, finding a nice stretch through your core. You might let an ear drop to a shoulder here, finding little neck circles as you really knit your shoulder blades together on your back body. Beautiful. Coming back to center, lower your chest down to the mat. Open your arms wide to a cactus shape. Let them hover off the mat, and then inhale to use the muscles of your back to lift up. Exhale to release. Beautiful. Keeping your arms hovering. Inhale, lifting up any amount. Exhaling to lower. 2 more. Inhale floats you up, a little back bend. Exhale to release. Last one. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, release. Palms come under shoulders alongside your ribs. We'll inhale to press up and to down dog. Feel free to come through a reverse tabletop or a reverse plank. Meeting in down dog, inhale, send your gaze forward. Exhale, bend in your knees, step, walk, or hop. Top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale brings you up to standing. Exhale, chair pose. Sit your hips back in space. Keep length in your spine and a lift through your heart. Toes can be together with a little space between your heels, or feet can stay hip width distance apart. Breathe here. Starting to just feel the shape in your body. And then we'll start to add some movement. With your next inhale, come to standing, reaching through your fingertips. Exhale, sit back into chair pose and twist to the right, opening your arms wide into a T. Inhale, stand back up to chair. Exhale, sit your hips back, sweep your arms open to the left to a T. Beautiful. Inhale to chair. Exhale, twist to the right. Notice if your hips are trying to twist with you. Try to keep them square to the front of the mat as you do this flow. So you might keep an eye on your knees, making sure they stay in line with each other as we move. Really letting this twist be higher up in your spine. Beautiful. Start to even out sides. So the next time you twist to the left, come back to center and stand. And exhale down to chair, hands at heart center. We'll meet here. So wherever you are, take a deep breath in. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift along the spine. Exhale, fingertips plant, right foot steps back. High lunge. Sweep your fingertips forward and then up. Beautiful. We'll be finding some movement here in a moment, but as usual, first settle in. You might walk your left foot out to the left to widen your base. Maybe you tuck your left hip back in space. Again, thinking about squaring your hips to the top of your mat. As you're ready, find some movement by inhaling to straighten your front leg, lift through your fingertips. Exhale, sink deep into your lunge, sweep your arms out to the side. Inhale, gather up air as you lift and rise. Exhale, release, pressing back down. Keep your core engaged as you move between these two shapes. We'll take 3 or 4 more rounds of breath. Beautiful. The next time you're inhaling, find yourself lifting tall. Exhale, sink into your front foot, but float your fingertips forward. So your torso is at a 45-degree angle. You're hovering your belly over your thigh. Belly button drawing in, left hip tucks back, shoulder blades away from your ears. Beautiful. One more deep breath in here. Deep breath out here. Inhale, rise up to warrior 2. Cartwheel your right arm open, ground through your right foot. Beautiful. Gentle tuck of the tail, press your left knee open so you could see the first couple of toes on your left foot. Engage your legs together, drawing them both towards your midline. With your next inhale, reverse your warrior. Left fingertips float to the sky, right fingertips wrap around your back or float down your right leg. Exhale, cartwheel your arms forward. Coming to your plank. Inhale to float forward. Exhale to lower, half or all the way. Inhale, find your back bend. Really using the muscles of your back rather than your hands to lift up if you're in cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale your gaze forward between your hands. Exhale, bend the knees, step, walk, or hop, top of the mat. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to release. Inhale, hips sink back, lift up to chair pose. Pausing for a moment, finding your bearings here. And then inhale to come to stand, lifting tall. Exhale, twist to the right, sink back to chair. Inhale, lifting and standing. Exhale, chair as you twist to the left. Keeping your hips square. Focus on weight in your heels, even knees, as you move from side to side. Nice job. We'll take one more on each side. Noticing if these twists get easier or harder as we get a little more comfortable in them. Next, inhale brings you to center. Exhale, sit back to chair. Hands at heart. Pausing for a moment. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale for your half lift. Exhale, fingertips plant, left foot steps back. Rise up to high lunge by sweeping your fingertips first forward and then up. A few breaths to settle in here. Find your strong foundation. Maybe walking your right foot to the right. Maybe squaring your hips to the front of the mat. Imagine a string lifting out of the crown of your head, lifting you up just a little bit taller, lifting your heart space a little bit forward. And as you're ready, you find movement. Inhaling to straighten through your right knee, exhaling to bend deeply as you sweep your arms out to the side. Inhale to lift, gather air as you come back to center. Exhale, sink, lower, open wide. Inhale to lift and rise. Exhale, sink and open your arms wide. Beautiful. Two more. With your next inhale, lift up and pause. Exhale, sink into your front knee, but float your torso forward 45 degrees. Keeping your shoulders relaxed away from your ears. Long line in your spine and your fingers. Stay for one more round of breath. With your next inhale, make your way to warrior two, cartwheeling your arm open wide, grounding through your left foot, pressing your right knee to the right, releasing your tailbone to the ground. Pause for a breath or two. Settle into the shape. Feel yourself arrive. Feel the power you're creating with your own body. And with your next inhale, reverse your warrior. Left hand down your leg behind your back as right fingertips reach up and back. Exhale, cartwheel your fingertips forward. Come back to your plank. Make your way through your vinyasa. Inhaling to shift forward. Exhaling to lower half or all the way. Inhale for your back bend of choice. And exhale to down dog. Take a big breath in through your nose here. Let it out through your mouth. Take another breath just like that. And then inhale your gaze forward between your hands. Exhale, step walker hop to the top of your mat. We'll do that sequence again, moving with our breath. So we'll inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale brings you all the way up to standing arms sweep wide. Exhale, sink your hips back, chair pose. Inhale, fingertips long as you stand up. Exhale, twist to the right, chair pose. Inhale, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, twist to the left, chair pose. Inhale, stand and lift. Exhale, chair, twist to the right. Inhale, stand and lift. Exhale, chair, twist to the left. One more. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, chair, twist to the right. Inhale, standing. Exhale, chair, twist to the left. Nice job. Inhale, bring it back to center, standing tall. Exhale, sit back into chair. Stay for the inhale. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale lifts you up halfway. Exhale, right foot steps back. Rise up to your lunge. Inhale, straighten through your left leg, lifting tall. Exhale, sweep your arms out to the side as you lower into your lunge. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. This time we're going forward. Exhale, bend in your left knee. Tilt your torso forward. Stay for the inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, open up to warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hand around your front foot. Find your vinyasa. Lower half or all the way. Inhale, find your back bend, the one that suits you best at this point in practice. Exhale your way to down dog. Inhale your gaze forward between your hands. Exhale, bend your knees, step, walk, or hop, top of your mat. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to release. Inhale, hips sink back, chair pose. With your next inhale, stand tall. Exhale, chair pose, twist to the right. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, chair pose, twist to the left. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, chair, twist to the right. Inhale, stand. Exhale, chair, twist to the left. Inhale, stand. Last round. Exhale, chair, twist to the right. Inhale to stand. Exhale, chair, twist to the left. Inhale to stand. Exhale, hands at heart center, chair pose. Inhale here. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fingertips plant, left foot steps back. Inhale, fingertips forward and then up. With your next inhale, press through your left or your right leg, straightening your knee. Exhale, sink into your lunge, open arms out wide. Inhale to straighten and lift. Exhale, lunge, open arms. Inhale to straighten and lift. Exhale, lunge, open up. Inhale to straighten and lift. Exhale, bend into your knee, tilt your torso forward. Staying for a round of breath. Then inhaling, warrior two, ground through your back heel, open up. Keep the generous bend into your right leg. Feel the power here, and then inhale to reverse your warrior. Right fingertips to the sky. Exhale, cartwheel your hands. Move through your vinyasa. We'll meet in our down dog. Take a deep breath in. Let go, a deep sigh. So take a bend in your knees and sink back to child's pose. Taking 3 or 4 breaths. With your next inhale, float forward, stepping your feet back into your plank pose. Lower yourself down onto your forearms, pressing through your hands, through your elbows, finding that little doming in your back. Gentle tuck of the tail, belly button draws to spine. Step your feet hip width distance apart. With an inhale, tilt your hips to the left. Open up your arm to the right. Exhale, come to center. Inhale, hips tilt to the right. Left arm opens up. Exhale to center. 2 more times on each side, moving with your breath, finding your flow. Then we'll meet back in center. Replace your elbows with your hands, coming back to plank. Then take a bend in your knees, send your hips back, down dog. Inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale, step it forward between your hands. Turn all 10 toes so they face the left side of your mat. Keep your feet pointed about 45 degrees out so your knees track your toes. Inhale to sweep your arms up, rising tall. Exhale, goddess pose. Elbows open out wide as we bend into our thighs. Beautiful. Option to stay right here. Or you might take little side crunch versions. So you might begin to bring your elbow towards your knee. Inhaling to center. Opposite elbow to opposite knee. Inhaling to center. Move with your breath or stay in stillness. And if this is feeling like a lot in your legs, feel free to release from this pose at any time. You can always come back into it as you're ready. So find the version that's working for you today. We'll take about 3 or 4 more breaths in our goddess pose. So even out sides, if you're taking the little crunch versions. And then we'll meet back in center. Inhale to expand through your chest, open up. And exhale, rise to standing, straightening through your legs. Beautiful. Inhale, fingertips sweep out and up. Exhale, turn your toes to the top of your mat. Hands plant around your right foot, step back and move through your vinyasa. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, we meet in down dog. Inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale to step it forward. Turn all 10 toes to the long edge of your mat. Pigeon toe your feet just slightly and inhale to rise up to stand. Exhale, option to release your hands behind your back, interlacing your palms. Inhale to find some length and expansion through your chest, and exhale to fold forward. If this is feeling like a lot in your shoulders, you can always keep your hands down by your low back or release them down towards the mat. We'll be here about 5 more breaths, so feel free to explore different options if you're still figuring out what feels best for you in this pose in this moment. Knowing that changes day to day, practice to practice, minute to minute. Inhale to lift up halfway, long spine. Exhale to release. Inhale brings you up to stand, reaching wide. Exhale, turn all 10 toes to the top of your mat. Last vinyasa, hands plant. Moving through this flow. We'll meet in our down dog. Inhale to float forward to plank. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down to your mat. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Beautiful. Extend your arms long alongside your body so your fingers are reaching towards your toes. We'll move through a few rounds of Locust Pose. So with your next breath in, press your toes into the mat. Keep your legs active, kneecaps lifted as you peel your chest up off the mat, reaching your fingertips towards the wall behind you and keeping your gaze a couple inches in front of your nose so there's length in your neck. With your next exhale, release. Rested cheek on the mat. Then as you're ready, come back to center. Option to do that again, or with your inhale, lift both your chest and your legs, reaching everything towards the back of the room. Exhale. With your next inhale, coming back to center, we'll take one more. Lift up as you are ready. We'll take 3 long, deep rounds of breath here. Inhaling and exhaling. Checking in with your body. With your next exhale, release completely. Stack your palms and rest your forehead on top of them. Option to either bring your big toes together or take a bend in your knees and release your heels to the right and to the left. Gently bring your legs back down to the mat. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders and press yourself up. Send your hips back towards your heels. You might pause for a moment, sitting with your hips towards your heels if that feels okay. Cross-legged is always a great option. And we'll just take a couple of big circles with our wrists. Yoga also often demands a lot from our wrists. So sometimes I like to pause and just spend a little bit of time here. Extend your right arm out in front of you and use your left fingers to draw your right fingers in towards your face, any amount. Keep your shoulders relaxed away from your ears and shoulder blades working together on your back body. Release your hand, let your fingers point down to the ground, and then draw the back of your hand in towards your body, any amount, finding a stretch toward the top of your forearm. Switching sides, draw your left fingertips into your nose, in towards your nose. And then release, fingertips down to the ground. Beautiful. Sit your hips off to one side. And then extend both legs long. Flex through your left foot as you draw your right heel and sit over your left leg. You can keep your left leg long, or you can take a bend in the knee and draw your heel back towards your sit bone. Try to keep kind of evenly balanced here on your sit bones as you sit up tall. We'll find a little twist here. So inhale your left fingertips up to the sky. Exhale to twist, wrapping them around your right knee as your right hand comes behind you. Couple of smooth breaths here. With your next exhale, release, unwind. Both legs reach long again. Maybe you shake them out. And then bring your left knee to chest, cross it over your right leg. Right leg can stay just as it is, or you can bring your heel towards your hip. Inhale your right fingertips to the sky as you sit tall. Exhale to wrap your right arm around your left leg. Left hand comes behind you, helping find a little length in your spine. You settle into your twist. With your next exhale, unwind, come back to center. Untwist your legs, step them about max width distance apart, and then rock your knees from side to side. You might find a nice kind of heart opener here as you do this too. Coming back to center. Cross your legs, stacking one shin in front of the other. Inhale to sit tall, reach tall. Exhale to fold forward, reaching any amount, and then releasing. Take 4 or 5 long, smooth breaths right here. Inhale your fingertips back up. Switch the cross of your legs. Opposite shin in front this time. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, any amount. 4 or 5 breaths here. Inhale to sit up tall. Let your eyes close or your gaze soften as you bring your palms together at heart center. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Deep sigh out your mouth. Finding a little release with that sigh. One more time, deep breath in. Deep sigh out. Thank you so much for taking the time today to play around on your mat, to deepen your practice, to move around and connect with your breath. Thank you so much for joining me.